Hey, Spirit Intuitives, Kathy here. It's been a while, and so I am back. Things have been crazy nutty over here. So I just wanted to touch base again with any of you out there and share a little tip that I have in relation to a few recent experiences I had. So I would like to share with you one thing that you can do in your life to help with your internal success, which means just believing in yourself no matter what you're doing. Something that you might be getting ready for, like it could be a meeting for work, it could be a book signing like I have, it could be just connecting with anybody in general. And the one tip that I'm going to say that really does work if you want to look into manifesting is to detach from the outcome. And I know lots of spiritual teachers will say that, and there's been lots of videos maybe on that as well. And that is really hard to do. It's really hard to do because we have it in our mindset, how we think something is going to go, right? So we really need to just believe and have that good intention with your attitude and just let it go. And whatever happens, happens. And you can say to yourself, you know what? However this goes for me, I'm going to look at it like a learning experience, and I'm going to go from here, and then I'm on to the next thing. And a very good example that I had is several months ago, I had an event at my yoga studio, right? So I'm all geared up for that. And it's a place I, frequent, and I know lots of people there that I see at different events. So it was all set for that, and we did some promotion for it, and I had everything ready to go. And I actually did a bonus meditation that day just to kind of be in alignment. And I was asking for, like 5 people, just 5 people. And there were people that were interested, but you still never know who's going to show up. And so I was just so obsessed with that. And despite being so organized, and I had everything that I needed, and I was all set, and it really did not go in my favor. I had a couple people there, but not what I wanted or expected at all. And I just couldn't figure that out. Why didn't this work? People were interested. I know it's intimidating, and it is tricky when people, believe it or not, know you. So I've had more luck with branching out, obviously, and going through strangers. People support you and they encourage you, but actually attending an event is a little bit, tricky for them, even though they are curious and they want to learn more. And I wanted this opportunity to talk so bad. And I thought, perfect, because yoga studio I go to, it wasn't a new place where I was unfamiliar. So I had that in my mind, the setting was perfect and we're in alignment and we're doing all this. And it didn't work for me. And I tried all these things, and the meditation, and I couldn't figure it out. And what happened also is once I got home and just put all my stuff down, I just lost it. I was very emotional. I was angry, and I was crying, and I was upset, and I couldn't figure this out. Because even though I knew I wouldn't get the people per se, I just wanted like this magical number of 5 to manifest so bad. And I just couldn't figure this out. Why this didn't work. Granted, people are intimidated, but that wasn't it. It was because I never detached from the outcome. I never did. Even though I swore I did everything right, and I was so organized, and I had all set, and I was just so in tune with it all, but I never let it go. I became so internally obsessed with making it just so in my mind that I reacted in a negative way. And granted, the people still might not have shown. Okay, so I had no control over that. But how I reacted and how I responded later was definitely the way that I felt. And that's really hard to do, especially when you're an empath, to kind of detach from it and say, well, I'm going to get upset, and I'm going to be emotional. But you have to learn, like I am, every day, learning processes all the time. It's all on our journey, that even though you are upset, and it's okay to acknowledge that you're upset, but you have to just let it go and just say, okay, that didn't work for me. Let's move on. Even though it's a place that I'm familiar with, we have to move on. And so I learned the next time to detach. And I had a book event that I think I mentioned in the card deck video at a library, and such a different experience. I used the attitude of just being very positive and being focused. And granted, I had a lot of signs that day with getting the card deck in the mail on that day, which I had no control over that. But so you can ask for signs. You sure can. And if they come, they come. But if they don't, it's okay. Or you might have some afterwards validating that for you. So either way. So it's okay to still ask for things. We just don't know how that's going to work for us. So I had this better attitude, and this is the tricky part also. If you go in thinking more aligned with being calm, then those things will line up. And I wasn't calm with the yoga event. And I think another reason is because I wanted to talk so bad, and I needed that first time. And I was so into that, which you're going to be anyway, anytime you do anything for the first time. But you have to learn to say, you know what? Even if this does kind of bomb, I will look at it as a learning experience. And I didn't do that. And so for the library event, I was super excited. And granted, my attitude was way different. So then things lined up for me. That whole day, I had all these little signs. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to be me. I don't know what questions these people are going to ask. I'm just going to detail my experiences. And it flowed. And it was beautiful. And it was so much better. And I just let it go. And I didn't have that nervousness in my stomach that I would get sometimes. And I wanted to talk so bad, but I let it go. I didn't know how many people were going to show up. I just let it go. So detaching from the outcome will help you, because then your feelings afterwards will be better. And you won't have to be that emotional wreck like, why didn't it work for me? I did everything right. And I could not figure that out for the longest time. And I listen to these spiritual people and I know what they say, but I couldn't implement it for me. So that is just my little tip, is just detaching from the outcome and just relax. And then later on, things might show up for you and you'll get those good vibes. Now, I had a lot of things ahead of time before that library event that, besides just getting the cards in the mail, I had other things too that just lined up and that helped me. But if you can start off that way, then you can get the signs too. So you can still ask for things, but don't become fixated on a certain number or a certain outcome or a certain event. Because once you detach from it, you're freer. And then your reaction will line up that works for you. So that's just my little tip from a few things that I've learned lately. And I've been wanting to make a few more videos, but I just been too swamped with other stuff and wanted to think about something that really connected for me personally. So that is the best way to align internally with yourself, spiritually, with anything that you're doing, whether it's a meeting or a book signing or any event. Attitude is everything, and we know this, but it's very hard to apply. So detach from the outcome, and you will get those signs. So I hope this video has benefited you. I would love to hear your comments on how things like this have worked for you. Feel free to share it and comment. And just remember, always follow your intuition every day and detach from that outcome. And things will improve for you, and you'll get those good vibes. Okay, well, I hope to connect with you soon, sooner rather than later. So have a great day, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.